away for some time, but thank you for joining my channel. My name is Nick Zach, Nicholas Zach, whatever you want to call me. I do nothing but track cars, track racing, track instructing, and whatnot. So I have a special today. I've been away for some time, and I want to show you guys what I've been doing the last few months. I made a purchase 6.5 months ago, and I've been working on her ever since. The big reveal was a few days ago at New York Safety Track. It's a racetrack up in the Catskill Mountains, up in New York State, and I shook this new car down. Wait till I show you. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. I got this car as a roller 6.5 months ago. She had a full 10-point roll cage already welded in, disc brakes. It had a fuel cell already in there. I'll show you that next. And it didn't have a motor, no transmission, no wheels, no tires, no seats. It had the gauges. So I pretty much sourced the motor, transmission. What else? The seats, the harnesses I installed, the carbon fiber front fenders I installed. Also, I'll show you guys the motor. Everything was stock, suspension was stock, and I changed everything to Rytec upper and lower control arms, tubular control arms. I got Detroit Speed front sway bar, and I got custom Viking suspension, coilovers for the front, and custom valved shocks in the rear. And the good thing about this suspension is it has adjustable rebound and dampening on the shocks. It's pretty nutty. This car is absolutely ridiculous. It took me 6.5 months in the garage. This is what I was doing the entire time. Sorry I didn't post any videos, but if you go on my Instagram, alchemist_Nick Zach, you'll see the process throughout the way along with, you know, my training, my personal training and whatnot. But this car it's been my dream. I've always wanted a 1969 Camaro Trans Am race car, to build one and to drive the shit out of it. And as you can see, this is as real deal as it gets. This is basically a replica that I built to the Penske Sunoco race car. This is the car that I seen at Lime Rock. It was like 15 years ago at a vintage race festival, and this thing just caught my eye. It's been a dream ever since I was a kid. But seeing this thing in person that long ago, I was just like baffled. I was like, this is crazy. It sounds good, it looks good, it's low, it's wide. I still have a few more things to do to her, but I mean, check her out. It looks like a Matchbox car. It looks fake, but I'm really happy with how she came out. The wheels are mini lights. They are traditional mini lights that they used back in '69 and '70. They're 15-inch. The tires are Goodyear Blue Streaks. Again, vintage tires. They're not 51 years old. They're actually newer made manufactured tires, but still they got the whole traditional vintage theme going, especially for a lot of the race cars that still run today, the vintage race cars. But she's a real looker, and I mean, I take her out in the street. She's not registered yet, but I take her out and people are just going crazy. Thumbs up from everyone. This thing is just nutty, and it's so loud. And that's what I like. It's a completely analog car. There's no ABS, there's no power, anything. So this is a real deal driver's car. And if you don't know how to drive this car, then you'll be in trouble. It'll really bite you in the ass. I had a few moments on the track a few days ago at New York Safety Track where, you know, I was flying down the straight, and if you let off on the gas, this thing has 410 gears in the rear. Like, the rear end will sway out, you know, when you downshift. So you really have to like understand how to drive this car. But all in all, I'm in love with it. So there's some videos of that. This is a short and sweet video. It's time to pop the hood. I'll pop the trunk for you guys. I'll show you everything else. Remember, toe straps, essential, especially for race cars. So, here we go. This is a Dart 434 motor that I acquired from this really good guy on the internet. I got him, I found him on Racing Junk, and I got a Tremec 5-speed from him. But this thing is bananas. And here are the control arms that I did. Everything from Ride Tech. Got the shims over here for your camber. Marked everything off. And look at these beautiful fenders. I mean, each fender is 7 pounds. So I'll get into that in a minute, but here. Everything Ride Tech. I mean, this thing really handles. I actually just put these on over the breathers, the crankcase breathers, because oil was coming out of them when I was driving the car hard, and it was hitting the headers on the track, and there was a lot of smoke, and you know, that's how a fire starts. But that is a necessity. Gotta put something like a cloth or like those exercise bands over that, those sweat bands, so oil will catch. But yeah, here she is. So, carbon fiber fenders, and believe it or not, they're wider. As you can tell, look how they bulge out. Okay, so these fenders right here, they're needed, especially if you're gonna track. I mean, you don't have to, but I wanted them because the traditional fenders, they are heavy. They're made of steel. So you have the exterior layer of the fender, and for the fender wheel well liner, it's not plastic like modern cars. You guys probably don't know that, some of you do. The inner fender liners are made of steel, so each side of the external and inner fender, each side is like around 50 some odd, 60 pounds. It's fucking heavy. So with me just doing what I did here, I knocked off, especially with the aftermarket upgraded suspension. The wheels, their wheels and tires are much lighter. I mean, I shed close to like, you know, 150 pounds off the front end alone, maybe a little bit more. and this thing is just such a pleasure to drive on the street, but definitely on the track. This is where it matters. So what we're gonna do today, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually pull the rear fenders, because they rub a little bit with this with these tires. They're really wide, and the traditional Penske Sunoco Camaro, the Trans Am race car, the rear fenders were blown out. Like they had a lot of metal work, and they blew them out to like 2.5, 3 inches wider than the stock cars. So I'm gonna try to do my best to blow out the rear fenders using a baseball bat, some heat, and also I want them to match the front fenders. As you can see, how the front fenders are just wickedly wide. So we're gonna do that right now. On off switch for the battery, kill switch. This is traditional. This is an original rear trunk with these cutouts from 1969, 1970. And here is that fuel cell. Such beautiful fab work, clean. Optima red top battery. And this is how we keep our cars clean, and they just get the job done. And this car only runs 110 octane. Well, there you have it. It's my 1969 Camaro Trans Am race car. I hope you like the car. I'm in love with it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. There's gonna be lots of stuff coming in the future. I still have to get into the E92 M3 with you guys. That will be soon, because lots of updates on that. So take care.